Were there specific lessons learned from the last game that apply to how you guys went about this one?
I think the collaboration from day one was key to making sure that the game was as good as it could be, which meant the whole South Park Studios was involved all the way through the process. And so for what that means is it basically, like, 20 to 40 people at South Park Studios were basically part of the art team for the game at various stages of the project.
When it comes to this TV show from afar, it's very simplistic animation. Talk a little about bringing that world to life in a 3D environment.
In order to really create authentic South Park animation, it means that you have to do it by hand. A lot of video game animation is systemic, or it uses systems in order to kind of build the in-between poses. If you do that with South Park, the animation starts to look very smooth, which doesn't necessarily look bad, but it starts to not look like South Park. And so for us, that means hand doing tens of thousands of animations. So everything you see in the game, from a player taking a fall or an enemy getting knocked into another enemy and then bouncing off of each other, all of that stuff is hand animated rather than using a physics system or a system-driven thing. But the dedication to doing that just means that it looks like the show every step of the way.
One of the things about the South Park TV show is that they create the show on the fly, so they can be very up to the minute with what's going on in the world today. Given the development cycle of a video game, how are you able to tackle those types of subject matter outside of just the video gaming world itself?
Yeah. So the game's been in development for years, and there's something that's almost Oracle-like of that is Trey Parker. He can somehow see where the world is going. I don't know how to say that in a way that doesn't sound like I'm just like hero worshiping, but it's amazing because scripts that came in early 2015, I was like, oh, I don't know, is this still going to be relevant in a couple of years? It's even more relevant today. Like news headlines from the last couple of weeks, I'm like, oh man, that's suddenly really, really relevant in our game. And I think that the other part of it was superheroes. When we thought we were kind of getting in on the peak of superheroes in 2015, we're like, oh man, hopefully that's still relevant in a couple of years. And I think that it's just become more and more and more crazy with how many TV series are out there, how many new streaming things and new, just like superheroes are everywhere. Yeah, I don't know. South Park finds a way to make themselves relevant in whatever medium they choose.
The Stick of Truth also did a great job of making fun of gaming itself. How are you pushing that forward in this title?
Well, with the Fractured But Whole, we wanted to make sure that we're true to the story that they want to tell. Sometimes that gives us an opportunity to make fun of the way RPGs or tutorials or anything like that happen, but at the same time, we didn't want to retread the same jokes. So I think that you'll see that there's a lot of good content in there that's both superhero-based, America-based, and video game-based.
Given that the South Park has to air on Comedy Central television, did you guys have a little bit more leeway in the video game realm to push things a little bit further when it comes to humor?
So I think Bat and Trey are always looking to push the boundaries of whatever medium they're in. So whether you look at their TV show or their movies or their musical and now their video games, I think that they learned to walk a line with the ratings boards with the Stick of Truth, and I think they've perfectly walked it here with the Fractured But Whole, and we're uncensored all over the world, and I think everyone's going to get to enjoy the same quality joke experience.